Hey there, I want to talk today about people that are selling their home, right? And they want to move to a different area, different location, not just down the road, but I'm talking like other side of a state or to another state. So there's some steps you're going to want to go through, all right? And then this is just my advice from a mortgage lender. I'm not a realtor, but I've been doing this a long time. And I see how people mess up with this sometimes. Like, I'll give you a couple examples how they mess up. One is, hey, let's just say I'm in Florida. Okay, let's act like everyone wants to move to Florida. Okay, this person lives in Chicago, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm in here. I'm in town. Want to see this condo over here. They flew in. They're staying in the hotel. They're home shopping. And they're going to go look at a condo to buy. Well, there's a lot of steps that should have happened before they even came down to look at this condo they're going to buy, unless you're paying cash. By the way, if you're paying cash for your house, whatever you're looking at, doesn't matter. You're fine. This is for people that need financing on whatever they're going to move. Okay? So let's back up for a second. What should have happened? This person, let's just stay with Chicago. That's the first city I named. Say in Chicago, you own a home there, you want to buy in Florida. Let's just say you're a nurse in Chicago and you're going to have to keep working, all right? So you live in Chicago, you want to move to Florida, you want to sell your home in Chicago and then buy another one. But you need financing, okay, to buy in Florida. My first suggestion is you're going to want to get with a realtor in Chicago. Before you start, poke around online, sure, look around, see area, learn about whatever you want if you want to do that. But one of the first things I would do, if not the first thing, is what is your house going to sell for in today's market? How much is it going to sell for? Why is that important? Well, you're going to need to know how much money you have available for a down payment. That's the biggest thing, right? We get rid of the debt. Excuse me, get rid of the debt. It's sold. The house is sold. Great. How much money is left over? Remember, sales price minus your closing costs, minus commission, minus any mortgage payoffs equals your net profit as a seller. So now, let's just say you met with a realtor and they say, hey man, sell this house, you're gonna have $100,000, okay? 100 grand, that's what you're getting. You're like, oh great, let's do it. I'm gonna put $100,000 down. Are you? Maybe not, okay? I'll give you some examples why you won't. So now you have 100 grand. Okay, you gotta get pre-approved for financing. This is the next step. What you're gonna do is you're gonna contact a lender. Okay, you're gonna contact a lender. You are going to go through the application process. It's free for almost everybody. Some places charge for credit reports. We don't. Some places do. But you're going to get with the lender and then you're going to do an application with them with the idea, hey, I'm going to sell my house. This is how much I'm gonna make, $100,000. Let's put this together. Now, me as a lender, I'm going to get this whole file and we're going to go over everything. We're going to say, hey, you have 100 grand here, but as a lender, we're not going to want you to drop $100,000 on the new house and leave you with what left over in the bank. Do you have savings? Do you have 401k, IRAs? What other things, what other assets do you have? Do you have reserves built up? How much are you in debt with credit cards? Do you have a installment loan maybe we have to pay off? So that $100,000 may get whittled down some. May go from 100, it may go down to about 70, 80, 90, 20, who knows, right? Also, how are you going to pay to move down? It's another thing, okay? Moving expenses. What are you going to need? You have to buy when you buy a new home, right? So you want to make sure you're not making yourself broke looking for this new house. All right, so back up a second. Chicago, find out how much your house is worth to sell. Now you know that number. Now you go through the application process and you've talked with a lender and we've said, hey, all this stuff, paying off this, saving that, this much down, your sales price is $500,000. All right, that's your sales price, $500,000. You're gonna get a loan amount for 450 grand. Here you go. Okay, now this is when the process can start with saying, awesome, okay? Now it becomes, should you go looking at houses? That's up to you, okay? This part is where you got to decide, because if you have to move to Florida and get a new job, are you going to want to find out what jobs are available in that market? We're in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, Naples, right? Cape Coral, okay, Port Charlotte area, that area, and you're a nurse, I use a nurse for example. Are you able to move here in this area and make what you need to make to, qualify for the home and make your decent living? Maybe you're not tied to exactly, Fort Myers, Florida, where we're at. Maybe you're, hey, let's look at Miami. Okay, I'm not gonna make fun of Miami, but let's go look at Miami, right? Tampa, St. Pete, Jacksonville, Pensacola, like plenty. Maybe you want the country life, middle of the state, Ocala area, right? LaBelle, okay, Alva. So a lot of different areas, but the point of this is that you are now going to know what your house is going to sell for and what you can qualify for in that state. So then that next step needs to be, where can I get a job where I can make the money that I need to make? And maybe you have to be tied to the area. Maybe you have a lot of family here, in Southwest Florida, or maybe all your family lives in Jacksonville and that's where you're buying, right? So then I got to find the best job here in that area. If you don't care and you just want to move to Florida, then you're way more free to kind of look for a job too. So once you find out if you can get a job in that area that you like or that makes you make enough money, the next step is you get with a realtor in that area. You're pre-approved, you know what sales price you're at, and now you can say, hey, this is the plan. I'm selling here, I'm buying here, here's my purchase price, I've already been pre-approved, here's the letter from my boy Tim Hart, right? Let's go start looking for a home. You want to go through those steps first because I'm telling you, there's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of steps in between that may squash this whole plan. Okay, so you don't want to put the cart before the horse, as they say. Start off with those first few steps and then work towards it. You may find out that now ain't the time. Okay, that's what you may find out. It could happen. It happens a lot. Now's not the time, but 6 months from now, that's probably going to be the time for you, or a year, or maybe it's, a couple months, whatever it may be, 2 years, 5 years, never. Okay, you may be buried in your house. Who knows? But the point of it is that you're going through the proper steps so you don't waste your time, energy, and effort and get your hopes up for a house or an area that you're not going to be able to move to. All right? So hope that helps you out. And anything we can do, you just let us know. We're always here to serve. Licensed in a ton of different states. I know I blabbed about Florida the whole time. I mentioned Chicago. I'm licensed in Illinois too, right? Illinois, Indiana, Georgia, Tennessee, I go through the whole thing. A lot of different states. So anywhere in the United States you need help at, not you, Missouri. Sorry, buddy. But everyone else, get with us. 239-437-4278. Thanks. Have a great day.